to find the resultant of two concurrent forces, coplanar concurrent forces, which are acting at an angle between them, we can use parallelogram law of vectors. What is parallelogram law of vectors or parallelogram law of forces? It states that if two concurrent coplanar forces are shown by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram or represented by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, the resultant of these two forces will be the diagonal which is passing through the intersection of these forces. That is the resultant of two forces. Now let us see one problem in which we need to find or make use of parallelogram law of forces. In this problem, the statement is two concurrent forces act at an angle of 30 degree and the resultant force is found to be 15 Newton and one of the forces is 10 Newton. Find the other force. So we have two forces. One is 10 Newton. Let us denote it by P equal to 10 Newton. And we have another force Q, but its value is not known, not given. We have to find it out. We'll have to find it out. But another information we have is the resultant of P and Q is R and its magnitude is 15 Newton. Okay. And another piece of information is the angle between P and Q. Q we need to find out, and the angle between P and Q is theta equal to 30 degree. Now we need to find Q. Okay. So let us draw this as a vector diagram. So we have P as the horizontal force. Let us draw like this. This is 10 Newton and another Q at 30 degree. This is Q and this angle is 30 degree. So the resultant of these two forces is this will be the resultant. If we construct the parallelogram, this will be the resultant, and the resultant's value is 15 Newton. Resultant's value is 15 Newton. So we know the equation for a parallelogram or forces acting on the adjacent sides of a parallelogram. The equation is R is equal to, that is resultant R is equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2 PQ cos theta. So we have the value of R, that is 15 equal to square root of P is 10 square plus Q square, the value we don't know, so we put it as such, plus 2 into 10 into Q into cos 30. So to solve this, we square both sides of the equation. That is, when we square it, we will get 15 square equal to 10 square plus Q square plus 20 Q cos 30. So the only unknown is Q. So the equation is a quadratic equation in Q. That is the unknown force Q. When we simplify this, we will get a quadratic equation in this form. that is q square plus 17.32q minus 125 equal to 0. So when we solve this, we will get, when we find out the roots of this quadratic equation, we will get q equal to 5.48 or minus 22.8 Newton. So if we consider which one we will select, we will select 5.48, the plus value, the positive value, because if we consider the minus 22.8, the included angle between these two will not be 30 degree. Okay, so we'll be getting, if you find out the angle between these two forces using the equation q sine theta divided by p plus q cos theta, we will get a value of 150. Okay, so in the problem itself, it is given that the angle between p and q is 30 degree. That means we cannot select this as the value of q or magnitude of q. So the selected value of q is equal to 5.48 Newton. So that is the answer.